Well, I was avoiding the question of what are you drinking? So it's just
Okay.
green tea. Just green tea. Go ahead.
Okay. Why? Why the green tea in that container? The big container.
Um, yeah, because I was at the store and I wanted some snacks for the room. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to break your train of thought, Candy. I was just, I'm using it to hold my phone up also, but I'm not going to carry this all the way back to my mom's, so I'm trying to drink through it. Go ahead.
Uh,
Yeah.
and sometimes I just overthink about other comments and feedback. So I want to have the skills like sometimes I've been in the situation like I have the internal friction lots. So I couldn't you can I think I told you many times like I couldn't sleep very well because of the anxiety or overthinking. So I want to have the skills like the sense of the insensitivity. I don't know how to describe like how to describe the skill, but I want to have the skills like I don't want to be more sensitive about a lot of things.
Well, I mean, that's the pattern. That's the pattern of life. We realize more about ourselves, and if we're too sensitive on certain things or we have a trigger that causes us to be more sensitive on certain things, the perfect, I mean, the dynamic of friendship is a decision followed by actions. And when those actions don't line up with the decision or the commitment, we have to revisit it. Sometimes we're not clear about what we expect from one another with the person that we're engaged in these friendships with. And as we get to know each other longer, we need to stretch that and have those conversations. And if we're offended, we need to go back. Or if we overreact to something, we need to go back. And part of being a friend is realizing that these things are going to happen the longer you stay together. That's part of the growth of it all. And so deciding to stay committed and figure things out helps the other person to feel more comfortable when they make a mistake or they overreact or something. And it helps us to grow and you get better at it. And people should want to know these things about you and about other people. They should tolerate misunderstandings. They should give the other person the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes we don't even acknowledge if they had an attitude the day before. We just let it go and just think, well, maybe they're having a bad day. And maybe they don't bring it up. The next day, it's like things are never, bad things never happen. Or other times you can say, "Hey, I wanted to ask you, what happened the other day? You were different. Something's going on. Did I say something?" Or and then you can hash it out and figure it out. But it's super cool. I like your background. I'm so connected to the artwork now that you always have behind you. It's your background. I don't have a new background. Just I have my bike, but someone asked me, was I drinking cleaning liquid? No, guys, it's green tea. It's like cold tea. It's not hot tea, obviously, and it looks like a container for doing laundry, but it's not, guys. I'm not drinking laundry detergent. It's uh it's green tea, and to Candy's question before, when I took her off track, um, I'm in a hotel and I knew I would want snacks last night because I got in here around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock and I knew I wouldn't go to bed till 9 or 10. So I grabbed some things at the grocery store, and I'm like, I'm gonna be thirsty for more than water. So I saw this, and I was like, yeah, it's a lot, but the price was right. So I got several, and then today I'm like, I'm not gonna take that all the way back to my mom's and take it all the way back to Lompoc. So I'm just going through it. It's a brand of green tea that's like for iced tea, but it's green tea. So yeah, so I'm running it through the system. But I am not drinking Tide. Don't think it. Back to our topic today
I,
to refresh. What's that?
I like it. I like the Dorian.
Oh, someone asked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And Airy is your hookup, Candy. If you haven't already, Eri is a Japanese lady, and you're learning
Oh,
Japanese. I'm just
oh,
saying.
okay. But as for my learning process now, I only know how to recognize the character of the Japanese, but I didn't know the meaning when I read them all. I can read it, but I don't know the meaning of it. It's my
Yeah.
process now. I can read
Okay.
them, and I need to have the time to refresh a lot of Japanese word, but I can read it. I think it is my process now.
Okay.
So
Well, okay, okay. Well, let's bring up some people here on stage and say hi to them. They've been waiting, and we're going to be talking about today with cameras
Hi.
on. Cameras on, everybody. Hi. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hi. Hello. Welcome. I invited one more person too, so they might pop up at any moment. But how are you, Linda? How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Just hanging out with my room and studying for my exams.
Oh, how fun is that?
Yeah, it
She's
was
like,
really fun.
yay.
I'm
It can
studying
it
tire
can
science.
be.
I
What are you studying? What are you studying?
I'm studying medicine. I'm a medical student.
Okay. Go ahead, Candy. What were you gonna say? I'm sorry. I cut
I
Candy off.
know I know Linda because I think it was 2 days ago she was very active in the chat. Am I right?
It was yesterday. Yeah, it was
Oh,
yesterday. Yeah,
Good job, Candy. Good job. I'm so happy when she catches things like that that I don't, because we want you
yeah, she
all to
came
feel
first.
welcome. And yeah, that's great. Thank you for noticing that. Yeah, the chat. There's some things that really stir up the chat. It's so exciting. Like we're doing flashcards and things like that the other day, and the chat was just on fire.
Yeah, they
And I
were
was like,
funny.
oh man. It's great, because with you as well, because I hear your English is at a level of functionality that I wouldn't expect some of those flashcards to be like, a stop, like a pause, like, oh, what does that mean? Or what is that? Like, oh, really? Wow. We even had someone come on here and is like, yeah, I think that will not be at my level. I'm just kidding. I'm dramatizing it.
I
They
was
weren't they
like,
weren't that way. But I was
yeah,
like, just
I
stay,
helped
have
her.
fun.
Yeah, it was just fun. I think the words like A2, but it's fun. I learned some words. Actually, I forgot them. 2 or 3 words were new for me, but it was just fun.
Yeah, it's
I
fun, and
like it.
sometimes there are missing pieces that pop up, and you're like, "Oh, I never knew that."
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens to me because I usually download them and I didn't review them. I'm really a poor host if you think about it. I don't prepare, I don't review. I
Yeah.
give my topic like 30 minutes before the live stream, and I probably do it 5 minutes before the live stream, but they make you schedule one 30 minutes ahead. So I'm just really not up on it. But those seem to be very popular. I have more. I just don't have my iPad today. But so medical student, and someone just asked me the other day at at work. She said, "Oh, what did you do in the military?" Because I have a thing that says veteran on my work outfit, and so and she looked really interested. An older lady. She's like, "And what did you do in the military?" I was like, because I have a medical symbol up there too on my outfit. So I was explaining to her what I did, but I always want to balance it because I don't want people to think I'm saying something I'm not. So I practiced medicine, and it was in a capacity where they trained you to operate in the spectrum of a doctor, but in places they didn't want to send doctors, like isolated duty or in a submarine or places they just didn't want to send a full medical doctor. So they would train us for like a year on all this stuff, and you could do about everything, and it was great because you got right away into the hands-on of it, but you could only do it in the military. Obviously, I can't just get out and do stuff that I haven't been to 25,000 classes for, but I got to do it and learn how to do it on people, like my own people. But you became very good at it because it was kind of like on the job, just show one, do one, teach one. And I
Mhm.
really admire people like you who are taking the formal route and doing it because that takes a lot more passion and purpose. So thank you for
Yeah, lots of
training for
things to
that
study.
field.
Thank you.
You will never
Mm.
finish studying, young lady. That's the path you've
No,
chosen.
no. After I'm graduated, I also have to read different articles to learn new methods, and I always have to be updated for new things that
Hmm.
are fine to diagnose people and help them to treat them. Yeah, I chose this. I
Absolutely.
have to stay on it.
It's forever. It's a lifetime. And so just like, and teachers are the same. Teachers are constantly thinking of their students. Doctors are constantly thinking of fixing processes or their patients. So yeah, thank you for that. That's awesome. And so what skill or ability, and even though you're in a pipeline of training that's going to develop and introduce you to many skills and abilities, but maybe on a different pathway, what skill or ability did you always want to learn?
Well, at first I said hacking in the comments, but when
Oh,
Aisha
that was
was
you.
talking, yeah, that was me.
I saw the word. I
Uh,
just didn't see the name.
yeah. And when Aisha said that she wants people to understand her, it just crossed my mind that I always wanted to be a good presenter, because it presenting to people and giving speech is kind of really stressful for me. I get stressed out, and I haven't also handled it. I still have problem with it. I don't know what to do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Candy, do you have any suggestions for her how to decrease her stress in making presentations?
Yeah, that's the only place I get stressed out. I'm not even stressed out in any other
Hmm.
situation for exams or anything. But that place really, really
That
The
bothers
place,
pre-
me.
yeah, it is. It is a
Yeah,
place. Go ahead, Candy.
the
yeah.
the presentation for for what?
Anything. She just when she
Uh,
has to
I don't
present
know,
something.
like teaching, like I don't know, giving more meanings about patients. We have it in the future, in the basic part of my major. But in the future, I'll have to present.
On rounds
So
and stuff like
it's
that. Yeah.
you mean
Yeah,
it's
ransom.
hard for you to present your opinions in front of a lot of people? You will have
Yeah,
this
yeah. A lot of
stress. Oh,
people, but if
okay.
yeah,
So I think it is the same thing like we lack of the courage. Like when first to communicate with others in English, I'm very afraid of communicating with others in English. When communicating with others in English, it can be one kind of the presentation, and it is we have the a lot of barrier or we have different opinions, and I I'm so shy that I don't want to open my mouth, but when I conquer or when I have more courage to decrease my fear, and I think it can be one step that I use some methods to decrease the stress when I have the presentation. Actually, I don't have a lot of presentation experience instead in front of a lot of people, but I do think it is the same like when I had a conversation with Johnson. It can be one kind of the presentation. So just let yourself be prepared, and when you have get on the stage for your presentation for many times, I do think that you don't have this so much stress at all.
Yeah. So,
well,
so to Candy's point. Oh, go ahead.
no, you go ahead, and then I'll say you
Well,
first.
I think what Kenny's saying is that you have experiences, you learn from the experiences, and it overcomes your fear. It increases your confidence in the arena. But sometimes there are skills or abilities to compose your thoughts and speak more clearly to the point, and that can be a distraction, which makes it feel more stressful. especially if
Mm,
you're talking about medical presentations. I mean, it's
yeah,
there's a high
and a lot
expectation.
of
Sometimes you have the
questions.
yeah, and you have the patient there, or you have various levels of medical students in the group, or doctors or specialists, and you really need to be confident about speaking to the point without without not you don't want to use too little words and you don't want to use too many words. You want to speak to the
Mm,
point, and then of course in that group, if you're not familiar, Candy, when they're doing rounds, when they're going from patient to patient, um, you have a lot of questions that come up in front of the patient. So you've got the consideration that the patient's right there. You've got the main doctor who's teaching the group. You've got different levels of medical students or professionals that are all trying to impress that main doctor. And sometimes it can be really tense. One of the
if
things
you
that might
screwed
help you
up,
also, yeah, if you make it, and it can feel that way. Unfortunately, there are things in the pipeline of training for medical
mm,
providers, doctors that are all about that moment. And that's how it feels. Like that moment can make
mm,
you or break you. And you need to apply for a specialty eventually. You need to go into a fellowship. You need to impress the
mm,
teachers so that they know you're capable and competent. And there's a lot more pressure than just presenting to a sales
yeah,
group or something like that. Yeah. Public speaking can be helpful. There's something called Toastmasters. Toastmasters is an international group that can be found online as well, and they teach about giving presentations to the public in a business essence, but the skills that you learn there and the way they critique one another can maybe help, like Candy was saying, build your confidence, and you can shape that advice to the medical arena so that you're better prepared. And then the things that you can control, you've controlled, and the things you can't control, like what questions they might ask, you'll have a little more patience and confidence to give your answer. So
yeah,
controlling the controllables, the general fears, that allows you to have more time for the
and to
unexpected.
concentrate on the questions. Yeah,
And
thank
if all
you.
else
I
fails,
think
just
it's
shock the
more.
patient.
Yeah.
that'll get everybody's attention. I don't know, sir, but what I was thinking was clear. What are you doing?
Right there. Yeah, I think it's more like being introvert is a problem. I told you. I think I don't know. It just makes me to stress out. I think I have to present more before I go to the level that I have to give mornings. And thanks for your. I'll use that site. And I think I don't have a problem. I don't know, presenting online. For example, like I am talking on a camera now. I don't have any stress. I'm not stressed out. But when I see people just around me, and there are a lot of people, there are a lot of eyes on me. I forgot what I wanted to say. After that, I always say, "Oh, if I said this, it would be really better." And I forgot that. I don't know.
So that's we talked about it earlier. Go ahead, Candy. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think Linda's personality is more introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
so I always want to distinguish this is being shy or timid is one aspect of a personality. Being introverted means you're energized by solitude. Like it's where it's not so much you're afraid of extroverted situations, it's that you're energized. Candy is introverted in a emphasis, but I wouldn't call her introverted as a complete classification anymore. I think she's more ambiverted, but her power spot is when she's allowed to be alone and focused. That's where she gets stronger. If she's around a lot of people too long, that's not her power spot, so she'll feel drained over time. So I would say she's introverted as an emphasis, but not as a complete category, because obviously she functions really well here and around other people and at work in her capacity at work. So if if you're drained by being around other people, then that is an introverted emphasis that you're energized by being in solitude. But if you're energized by being around other people and you're just nervous or shy, those things are things to figure out about yourself. Hmm.
no, I'm not nervous while being with people, just in presenting. In that point, it really
Okay.
bothers me. But in other situations, I'm not nervous. I can communicate.
Well,
I
good.
don't have real problem. Yeah.
So I would just revisit those situations where you fell short on your verbiage and imitate them. Like we had mentioned earlier, is in a small way. Don't write down the whole exchange, but the basic context of the conversation, and then enhance it. This is after the fact. Enhance it. And then practice the enhanced version of it. What you're doing is training your brain. It's like taking your brain by the hand and saying, this is my level of expectation. The next time I'm in that environment or that topic comes up, I want to elaborate more. So instead of just conceptualizing it, bring it into fabrication, like enhance the conversation you had yesterday that you felt could have gone better. And this
Yeah,
will give your brain a little more direction so you won't be as stumped or fall short on, that kind of thing.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All else fails, just
Okay.
shock the patient. That'll get everyone distracted. Yeah. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Candy.
No?
Oh, you're saying bye. Okay. She's
Yes.
saying bye. Let's give Candy some
Bye,
balloons on
Candy.
the way out. See you later, alligator. Thank you, Candy.
See you later.
Appreciate you, sis. Get some rest.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.
I always feel like half my body falls off when Candy leaves. I have to put it back together. Like, okay, Candy's not here. I have to carry everything now.
Yeah.
It's half a show. I
It's
got to
all
convince
on you.
everybody that they can stay. Yeah, she's an amazing um, partner in this because yeah, it's definitely a different environment when she's not here. So yeah, and try to target it because your medical practice will teach you more and more how to zero in on the specific cause, right, of whatever you're doing for your patients. And so do the same thing with yourself. Evaluate yourself. What is the specific trigger or environment or situation? And then one by one, diminish the capacity of those situations or those presentations for affecting you adversely because it could be a trigger. It could be that type of interaction versus, like you said, if you're presenting to a group something you've researched or something that you've practiced or a conclusion you've come to with a patient or a process, that would be easier for you. But being around maybe a more intense group of people that are evaluating you or challenging you might be the
Yeah.
specific thing that throws it
If they're
off.
really good,
Um,
they ask me questions. I am always afraid of screwing up. I'm like, if I screw it, what will happen? I have to present very well. And
well, it's a
always I
very
have a high expectation, and I'm not always pleased with myself. I said that was
what?
awful. I have to be
Yeah,
better.
well, no, there's healthy components to all that you're sharing with me right now, but there's some unhealthy parts of them that you pull the weeds out of that, right, and keep the process. So it's great for someone studying to be a doctor to be very self-conscious about that, saying the wrong thing or misrepresenting something or failing the patient, failing
Yeah,
the people who entrust you with the patient's care, so on and so forth. So those are healthy components, but you have to learn to turn that fear into fuel. You have to turn that fear into fuel, let it become part of the process of refining and developing you instead of the process that paralyzes you. So it's just a redirect. Whenever you feel fear, like obviously in time crunches, I really liked working in emergency rooms when we weren't going to different areas. We worked in the medical facility, and they liked to challenge us. But it was a more controlled environment compared to
yeah,
other environments. But it was a place to prove or demonstrate or refine our responses. And without a doubt, that makeup of a person, not someone who just wants the perceived prestige of being a doctor or the perceived pay of being a doctor, but you really want to help benefit lives, hello, and not lose them or compromise a life because we failed to know something or do something at the right time. But that is a reality that you're going to have to accept will occur. You want to decrease the times that that happens. You want to increase the times of success and you want to increase your critical thinking. So when everyone else falters, when the pressure's on, you excel. When they become diffuse, you become focused. When they are distracted, you are engaged, right? So you
yeah.
just have to
Yeah.
just change each one of those things. Yeah.
Thank you. It was
Yeah,
really
you're going to
helpful.
do great. You're going to do great because I want a doctor taking care of my loved ones that has a consciousness like you, that has a care and concern like you, and that's only normally found with nurses. So to have a doctor that's that compassionate and caring is it has its own challenges, but it's going to make you a much better care provider because people are going to know that you're doing everything you can, even if you don't do things the best at times, you're going to follow up with it. They know you're going to learn. It's going to be good. You're going to be awesome. You're going to be awesome at it.
Yeah, I hope so. I'll try my best.
Yeah, without a doubt. And more. You'll do more because you're very convicted about doing what's best. It really is a rare quality. I'm not using flattery to enhance your mood right now. Um, I met a doctor one time. I had a patient in intensive care unit, and the nurses were there. They used to like working with us because we were a little more compassionate, but they knew we could also authorize stuff and do things. So they liked working with us. Um, but there was a doctor there. The nurses were like, he's a tyrant. He just micromanages everything. He's a surgeon, actually. And so I happened to have a patient the same night this doctor was there, and he's sitting by the patient's bed. He was a heart surgeon. He had just done a major heart surgery, and he would not sleep for days. He would sit by the patient's bed, making sure the medication was on time, the dosage was right, the procedure, the pump was working. He was on it, and the nurses were always on edge because he would be. And what I learned, because I was working in the renal function of it all, the kidney processes, I learned that he was fueled with passion, and his focus was the patient, because he had, not just because of the surgery, but he knew that the medication given improperly or out of time or out of sync, or a response to the reaction of the patient, could cascade and cause a failure in a big way. So he did micromanage the care plan, but it was because it was required. The patient was very unstable for the first few days after a major surgery like that. And sometimes nurses and technicians can become busy and not think that 20 minutes late on a medication, or, you know, not noticing an
Yeah,
arrhythmia and notifying a provider, all these things could be huge. But from the
damage.
nurse's
Yeah,
perspective, yeah, so I found that in his way, he was showing devotion and dedication to the patient and their family. The side effect was the nurses and other staff felt abused. But but I had a different respect for him. He was just really wanting them to succeed post-op. And so I was like, okay. So I tried to explain that to the nurses and help them to see. And of course, they're usually overworked. And so they couldn't see it.
yeah,
Anyway, I think you're going to be that way. You're going to be at home thinking about people's family, thinking about how you could do better, how you could do it faster. And you're going to find some new routes of things that are going to enhance everyone else's care plan, because you do care, but it's also carried with a burden because you're using your emotions in a field where it's going to drain you at times, but it's going to
yeah,
also elevate you. So it's a great combination that you have, but it comes with some compromise. Yeah,
yeah.
you'll be okay though. You'll be okay.
Yeah, I have to work on myself. Yeah.
It'll come over time because you won't stop. All right, it was great talking with you. I sent you a hand wave because
Thank
I
you.
leave the door open for everybody. You can ask questions and I'll text you back, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll
Thanks
see
for
you
your
later,
time.
Linda. You're welcome.
See you.
See you. So that was Linda. Thank you guys for letting me talk with her. Anytime I meet someone who's in the medical field, it's always a connection for me. Sometimes it's because I wish I would have gone that route that she's dedicated to. Other times I'm just grateful that I got the experience at doing things in that simulated arena. But the things I'm sharing with her are from having worked with people who were in that official pathway, and also people I had worked with, and also what I've experienced and felt by being that connected with the people you're taking care of. It's a burden, it's a benefit, but it can tax you, because I still think about I still this day, years later, what if I'd done this, or why didn't I do that, or it's just part of the burden and the privilege of being able to serve people in that capacity. So super cool. You guys are always amazing. If you guys want to get back on track, our topic today was what is one skill that you've always wanted to learn and why? What is one skill that you always wanted to learn and why? We're taking people on stage. Look at the line. Wow. I have to invite people that we're familiar with, but I'm also going to try to invite people that we don't know. And if we can do, oh, there, okay, I got you, I got you. Oh my goodness, so many people. I'm going to invite a bunch of people and see who accepts first, and that will be our stage. Yeah. So we got, oh, everybody. Whoa, you guys are so quick. Okay, who did we end up with? Hi, Miss Maya. Hello, Summer, and Sarah Fu. I invited like 8 people. I was just click, 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 click. Um, so those of you who didn't make it, hang in there, because here's the good news. I'm not going anywhere. I'm, visiting my mom. It's still 5 a.m. We've got time. So give this stage a chance for the ladies who are here. And then if you're able to, stay in the wings and we'll get you up on the next round. So hi, ladies. How's everybody doing?
Hello, long time no see.
It's good.
Hi. It's good.
Pretty,
Maya, we can't hear Maya. Go ahead, Sarah.
I'm pretty. I'm pretty good, Jonathan. And today's Thanksgiving Day.
It
Happy
is.
Happy Thanksgiving Day, and thank you for invite me on your stage.
Of course, of course. This is a turkey, guys. You ever see the kids? They draw their hand on a paper,
Turkey.
and then this is the head, and this is the tail. Gobble, 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 gobble. Turkey. Um, yeah, it is Thanksgiving Day. It's a holiday, and I'm gonna go see my mom at breakfast time. I'm gonna cruise through town and see if what stores are open. I hope the coffee shop's open, so I can sit there and reflect. And then mom wakes up around 9 a.m. So it's only 5, guys. We've got time. Yeah, Maya, we couldn't hear you before. You want to test your mic?
Can you hear me?
Yes, there we go. There we
Okay,
go. So
perfect.
everybody's live. I like everyone to just, it sounds like everyone's got a good connection. I like it to be like a group call. I don't really want to keep pointing. With respect to each other, it sounds like all of your audio is pretty much live. There's no delay that I could hear. So our topic today, whomever wants to go first, we can't do the ladies first part because all ladies on stage. Um, what skill? What skill have you always wanted to learn and why? Who wants to go first?
For me, okay. I'm first.
Just like,
Mm,
I'll go
okay,
first.
yeah, yeah. Thank you.
You go ahead.
okay, we'll
Thank
go
you
we'll
so
go
much.
clockwise.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
go
Okay.
clockwise. Sarah Fu and then Summer, and then we'll come over to Maya, just to make it okay. Give us like a 2-minute answer each so that we can keep it rolling. Sarah Fu, what skill? Go ahead.
Absolutely. English is my, yeah. Of course, it's important skill for me. Um. When I at the beginning of I touched the English, I loved it. Once I touched English, be a student, I love English very much. And um my English grade, um, not only in middle school or high school or university, um, is higher than other subject. So yeah, I very like English, but after I graduated, English, I seems I lost one thing. And I had graduated about 18 years, for 18 years. And during the 18 years, I I didn't practice English at all.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but in my heart, I still want to learn.
Of course.
Yeah, I still
Okay.
want to learn. And but in China, I have no in there's no environment to practice to speak.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and
That's
I
just a
don't.
start.
Yeah,
That's just a start. We got you. I want to keep it going so that it's not 20 minutes before we get back to Miss Maya. So we're gonna just take a couple minutes each. So English, and you had it before, but you lost it, and now you're trying to get it back. We'll come
yeah,
back. We're coming back around. We're just getting some quick ones to keep it flowing. And Miss Summer, thank you, Sarah Fu. Just stay with
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah. That's
And
okay.
Summer, like a 2 minute response. What is the skill you've always wanted to learn and why?
The second,
Oh, oh, there you go. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead. Hmm.
let me clear.
Yeah.
It's in and out. It was in and out, but go ahead.
Recently, I'm practicing my typing skill.
Okay. Oh,
Mm.
typing.
Yeah, because I learned it when I was a children. When I was a child, I learned it just by myself. So I cannot type it very efficiently.
Okay, okay. And so, yeah, typing, and you learn when you're a child, but you need to be more efficient. Okay, good. We're getting an idea now. Sarah Fu, her English to bring it back, and Summer for typing. Good, good, good. And Miss Maya, what would be a skill that you would want to learn and why?
One skill I've wanted to learn is singing because I like music very much. Now I cycle to work every day. It's about 15 kilometers, and I listen some music when I cycle to work. And I think music is like the most. It's for me like the most beautiful things in the world. So I just want to
Mm.
sing. I just want to sing well, but I think it's very difficult because sometimes singing is also about talent.
Sometimes, sometimes, but I think most important, the joy that comes out when you sing. Yeah, sometimes the sound is important. Depends if who's listening. When I sing when on my bike ride and there's only nature, then only the birds are subject to my noise. They're like, what kind of bird is that? Is that a what is that? Is that an ostrich? What is going on over there? Yeah, but if it's other people, yeah, sometimes people are more critical. Now Summer said typing, and I'm curious, Summer, because typing seems to be one of those things that's gonna go away. You know, the way computers respond to how we speak. Like some people want to be a translator, and I try to let them down gently and say, that job's going away. So you may want to invest your time in something else because I can instantly, even now, I can instantly translate on my watch. Yeah.
Skill.
Oh, that was, yeah. So it's the translator job is going to go away as things are more AI driven, and typing is going to go away as things are more entered in by voice or something like that. So I learned how to type quickly because in high school it was a class, and the girl who sat next to me I thought was really pretty.
I
I
type
got very
when I
fast.
yeah.
I can play fast type the
You can
computer.
type fast. Go
Yeah.
ahead,
Play
Summer.
it.
Why are,
I can I
hmm
can I can type it fast, but it's very un. I don't know how to say uh
the words don't make
Not
sense? Yeah, it's
so.
important that the words make sense when you type.
Because
I'm
when
just kidding,
not.
just kidding.
I use the wrong finger to type.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
but
like,
I
I can
can
make the
type
sound.
it fast.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It is important. So you want to be more accurate. You want to type more accurately. And
Accurate.
guys, in some countries and parts of the world, typing is still going to be there for a little while. You know how technology transitions through our communities, through our jobs. You know, it's a process. So, um, yeah, she wants to be more accurate. One time I took pain relaxers, muscle relaxers for my neck, and I was at work working on the typewriter. And I could do like 80 or 90 words per minute. So I'm typing something, blah, 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 and I look and it didn't make any sense at all because the message between my brain and my hands was blocked by the medication. So it was blah 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 blah. It was no, there were no words. It was just in my mind. I thought I was typing the right words, but my fingers were anyway. So you want to be more accurate. So speed with accuracy.
I want to build the correct muscle memory.
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing when people can type so fast. Absolutely.
Like speak
Uh,
English, we need a muscle memory to
sure,
to speak,
sure.
to write, to listening. Yeah,
There's a lot going on, right? There's
English
a lot going
learner,
on.
yeah, as an
Hmm.
English learner, we have to build the muscle memory because when
Hmm.
I as a first junior learner, I need to translate my word into English, thinking it in Chinese and then translate in English. It's
Mm.
very I I think it's very low efficient.
Yes, very inefficiency. Yeah, very inefficient. Yeah, for sure. And
inefficient.
Maya's desire to sing can actually be very helpful in learning English as well, because when you're trying to pronounce words the way a native English speaker says them, sometimes it's helpful to sing it because when you put a demand on your mind to sing, your brain engages certain abilities all at the same time because it knows you're trying to shape the sound to
Mm-hmm.
shape the sound. So singing can be a very good way of speaking better. Also acting. If you engage your brain and say, I'm trying to act like Jonathan or act like Candy, then all of a sudden these different abilities kind of cooperate to create an impersonation of someone. So, tricking your brain by saying you want to practice singing or practice acting can help you to shadow or imitate someone else's English sounds. Typing more accurately can help you to pay attention to certain details that you might consistently miss. And the same with English. If you listen to yourself speaking and listen to the target sound or the person you want to sound like, you might hear certain consistent things that you're doing the wrong way and then make those adjustments. Like in typing, if you're always messing up with this finger, you might make a lot of words using this finger to get it more
Yeah.
involved, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of way these different skills that you desire will correlate. And of course, Serafu has muscle memory. So she wants New English better than she feels she knows it today. She only has to put that pressure on herself to perform, and her mind will remember the connections from days past, years past, and it will come right up to the surface, and then she can just shape it better to be like she wants it now. So, yeah, all of these things can play a role. That's why I wanted to get something from each person so you guys all feel involved. Everyone's busy, life is busy, it's getting late in China, and you're like, come on, is it going to be 30 minutes before I can talk? What the heck? So I'm sorry if I sounded rude to cut you guys off. I just wanted everyone to get into the stew, and then we can keep talking about other things.
Thank you so
It's
much.
Thank
You
you so
know,
much,
sometimes
Candy.
when I not on your stage, I follow your conversation and yeah, and follow your follow your speaking. You know, I will read it very
uh,
fast. I think it's also very important, helpful for me to learn English. I recently often follow someone's speaking. You know, as a native speaker, the pronunciation is very useful. to learn, to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Sometimes it's more
it's a
efficient.
good method. You
Mm-hmm.
you can try. I think it's good method. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay. And what were you gonna say, Maya? You were gonna say something?
Uh, Another reason why I want to learn singing is that I think my voice is kind of weak, so it's not good for English pronunciation. So I need to how to say, it's like train my uh, muscle, my mouth muscle to
Mm-hmm.
develop. Uh, you know, because I really think when I speak Chinese, and it is just like when I speak English, it's just like when I speak Chinese. So it doesn't make any difference for me. So this is
Mm-hmm.
why I also try to develop my math muscle. I think
Yeah.
it is also helpful for my English learning. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And everything can work together, right? Because learning a language is is way more than learning an instrument or something like that. You're training your brain to process thoughts by two different routes. It's really a huge thing, guys. Learning another language is really huge. And so I admire all of you for your commitment, but it is a decision followed by a process that will last your whole life as long as you want your English. And as Sarah Fu was talking about, if you don't use it, you do lose it. It just goes into storage. So it's important to challenge your brain and create an expectation that you want to use this all the time, and then it will become more refined. It will become easier for you as you develop that pathway from thought to speech in English instead of thinking it in your native language and translating over. And so putting gentle pressure on yourself will help to make that route more direct. Yeah, but you have to have the pressure. Now, some people say they don't have anyone to practice with, but my argument is Hello Talk is amazing. And you have to work hard to find partners that will satisfy different parts of your learning process. You're not going to find one partner that is perfect for everything. You need to have a little team of people. And obviously, those people need something from you. So if there's people who just want to practice their English or use their English, that might be the connection with them. And they might be more advanced than you. So there's a kind of a barter is people want to use it every day. That's so important to keep using it so you don't lose it. But then you find people who are more advanced than you that you want to learn like, and you find people who are under you in their experience or their learning process so you can take time to teach them. And when you're teaching them, you're actually strengthening what you know. So it works both ways, but you need partners in both. Don't just shoot for the ones up here trying to get a native practice partner because you won't learn as quickly. Find people along the way where you can help each other and practice with each other. And, I recommend that a lot because using AI will not help you with the dynamic of talking to people. It seems easier and convenient, but guys, don't fall for it. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's like everything else. Don't search for yourself. I'll bring you the information. The internet has made us stupider, right? Don't don't worry about what's going on in the world. I'll just summarize it and bring it to you 3 times a day. And now we're manipulated and misled by the news media. So you have to take the time to engage it yourself, and that way it develops you in the right way. Don't use the fast shortcuts because they take something from it. Every time you do the shorter version, it takes something from it. So I encourage you guys get with other people and practice your English and learn from each other and typing. And typing. Sorry. Summer, how do you measure your accuracy now? Your microphone's off. Somebody read her lips for me. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. I practice typing on Typing Club. The website is very useful, I think. It can help me to uh, correct my finger place, and help me to uh, improve my
Like
速度
accuracy?
Speed?
Speed.
speed. Yeah,
Oh,
speed.
speed.
Yeah,
Speed with accuracy.
yeah, yeah. And it's an English it's an English website, and I can learn it some English words.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah,
So, like killing two birds with one stone.
yeah,
You can practice typing and learning English. It's good.
Is it like
yeah,
a game?
yeah. It's like a game,
Uh-huh.
and it's uh I can I can read some English articles on the website.
Mm-mm. Okay. Okay. And that's where we talk about also, guys, it's hard work. You have to be consistent with it, but you have to have fun with it also. So, doing it all the time can burn you out. You're all busy. We are all engaged in life. We all have families and environments and careers, and your time is very precious to me because I know you're sacrificing sleep and other things to advance your goals. And so, giving yourself a chance to have fun in your English learning process is very important. Very important to have fun with it sometimes, whether it's nursery rhymes or tongue twisters or just something more fun, flashcards. So you don't lose any English, but you have fun with it, less pressure. And I would say with all of you, you've worked hard to get to where you are with English now. So you don't have to apply the same approach to learning more. I think now your approach should be more consistency. More consistency. All of you have been trained in English throughout school, so that's the foundation. And now you just need to be consistent with your English spoken time. So find a few partners, people who are available once a week, twice a week, someone who's available 3 times a week, and make appointments. Hello Talk will let you make an appointment with them so you guys can have reminders. It's time for 15 minutes with this person or 10 minutes with this person. And and I know you guys will keep excelling. And we need to hear you sing sometime, Maya. And we want to watch you type, Summer. And Serafu, just keep talking English.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, any side questions for me, guys? We've satisfied the topic. You guys did really well. Sometimes you're like, if I ever get to speak to a native speaker, I want to say this. Or if you guys been watching us for a while, whatever you want to do. Do you have any questions or things you want to say now? It's up to you.
No, no questions for me. No questions. Just enjoy your holiday.
Okay. Happy
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you,
I just
Turkey.
want to
Gobble
I
gobble.
just want to
Mm.
say hello because I haven't been on stage for a long time, and I just want to say hello.
No, it's cool. It's cool, guys, and I appreciate all you guys. I don't get to know you as much as you can get to know me because we're not always together, but you see our live stream and Candy and I and Moneta, of course, taking care of our chat. Um, thank you for that. Thank you for that. It's nice to say hello. And Miss Summer?
Yeah, I'm very appreciated. It's my first time to be on the stage on Hello Talk.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
Wow.
always such an honor. That's such an honor that you did it with us.
it's my honor.
And yeah, those of you who I haven't talked with, I'm talking with Sarah Fu already on direct message. So I've sent both of you a hand wave. It just means you're welcome to text me anytime. If because of the time zone, if I don't get back to you right away, it's probably just I'm sleeping or something. So, but don't hesitate to ask me questions. You have a friend in the United States now. You can just Yeah, don't guess. I know a friend in the United States. I'll just ask him. So don't hesitate, guys. You're not bothering me at all, okay?
A good
Ladies.
friend.
Thank
Good
you.
friends. You're
Yeah.
Yeah.
welcome. All right, well, thank you. Thank you for your time on stage, ladies.
Okay.
Bye. See you
you.
next time.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.
Bye
You're
bye.
welcome. We'll see you. Take care, okay? There we go. I got you. I got you. Okay. Well, let's bring up some more people on stage. We got some guys that are being really well, not patient, but I've seen you before. Let's bring up Jack and Callie and see what happens there. I see there's three more people there. I see you, Mark, with a KC. That's different. I see a cool person from China. I don't know how to say your name, but I'm sure it's cool. And I see Mohammed. So hang out there, guys. Let's say hi to these folks here. Hi, Callie. How are
Hi.
you?
Good. Long time no see.
I know. I was gonna say I recognize that name. How are you doing?
Hmm. Just a normal day. Not bad. Not good.
You're at work?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So if you have to all of a sudden just shut your phone, I understand. She's like, "Oh, the boss is here. Hi, nothing. What?" So did you see our topic and you wanted to come on stage? Is that why? Or you just wanted to say hi?
No, 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 no. Actually, I'm a good listener in your live stream. Quite every time that did not, I did not go on.
On stage?
Yes, I did not go on the stage, but I just be a good patient listener
Oh, that's
on your live
good because
stream.
yeah, we're happy. We're happy that you follow us and you're always listening and learning. Hopefully you're learning some things. Mm-hmm. What are your English learning goals? Do you have goals?
Maybe I want to go travel abroad, go to Australia or go to America.
Ah, cool. I know that sounds very exciting because you have such a wonderful large country. So many people can see many things in your country and you want to go see what it looks like in other countries. So that's going to be great.
Yes, I need everyone go to take a to take a tour or travel. How to say travel or tour? Go abroad
Well,
to open the eyes to see more about the earth, different country, different culture, different food.
different food, yes. That's what you say. Traveling is a general term. Taking a tour means that you will have someone to lead you around that place. So, traveling is just general, like going from here to there on
Uh-huh.
your own. But taking a tour means you will
Have a
have a
guide.
meeting with someone. Yeah, a guide, exactly. Having a guide. Mm-hmm. Well,
Yeah,
very
I think
nice.
you are so nice.
When do you plan on doing that? Thank you. You're so kind. When do you plan to do that? Next year?
First of all, I need to apply a visa. No,
Mm-mm-mm.
no, no. I already have a visa, but I need to apply uh how to say license.
For traveling?
I have passport. I have passport, but I need a visa to go to America. I still did not apply for it.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with the process, but you require a visa to come here. Do I have to have a visa to go to China or just a passport?
I think that America still needs a visa to go to China.
Oh, okay. Um,
But
I
it's
know.
it's
Hmm.
quite easier for you. then I apply a visa for America. It's hard. Many people told me that just 10% people get the visa to America from China.
Wow. It's really crazy. We need to fix our systems so that it's more acceptable when people are doing the normal process. They should be allowed to experience the results. But I have to apply for a passport um, and a visa because I plan to travel. So that's next on my list. Yeah, hi guys. I don't know. I don't. Mr. X asked about a visa for the Middle East. I don't know, guys. Um, I'm not sure of all how that works. I think some places in China are easier than others. Um, like I could go to Hong Kong, I think, pretty easily because there's a lot of international travel there, versus the mainland China may be a little bit more involved for me to have permission to go there. But yeah. Anyway, I hope it all goes well for you and you're able to travel. Thank you. Swan, thank you for the gift. Do you have a question for me, Callie, or do you want to answer the question for today? We have a question today.
What's the question today?
The question today is, what is a skill that you have always wanted to learn and why? It can be anything. It can be learning a musical instrument or how to cook or how to paint or any kind of skill that you have always wanted to learn and why.
Hmm, about this topic, learning skills. Right now, I didn't have a goal to learn anything because maybe improving my speaking English could be a goal.
Yes, of course. Of course. Um, but yeah, it can be that. It can be that. And obviously, many people will answer with that answer here. But what about anything else? Is there something you want to learn, like cooking or baking or um, someone said singing earlier. Anything else you want to learn how to do?
No,
Nothing?
because
No.
uh, if baking how because that's not many people in the house to need to eat. Just my daughter and me. I always buy from outside from the store one bread because baking if I make baking at least I need to make about 20 pieces for one time. Then it took 3 days or 4 days to finish it. That is not fresh. I don't like it. So
Oh, good point. Good point. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That
need
makes
food
sense.
very fresh. So if it is if it if it is hard to keep, I don't make it at home. And if it is to take too much time to cook, I don't make at home.
Yeah, yeah, because it takes a lot of time. That's a good point. If you were baking bread and you'd have to make a lot to make it worth the time, but then the last ones would not be fresh, so you just buy it in
Yeah,
the
maybe
store.
next day it tastes not good. I always cook at home about congee, vegetable, some meat, some rice, some noodle, nothing, some fish.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
cooking. I
okay.
like cooking. You
Ah,
know that I
no,
used to
hmm.
be a housewife for about 10 years in the house. So I like cooking, but I don't like to cook too much. If
Mm-mm.
I cannot finish for one meal, that I don't cook this. I don't cook this dish.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Um, well, what question do you have for us? Do you have a question for us? Something you want to ask?
I think which season to go to America is the best season?
Well, it depends on where you're going. Where you're going. Because our country is not as big as
Blank.
yours, but we have a lot of different weather patterns. So
Yeah.
where do you want to go? What state do you want to visit?
What do you recommend?
Um, you know, everyone focuses on the big cities as an exciting place to go, but I think all the cities are the same. You know, I'm not excited by cities. I recently moved to a place that is a little more agricultural, with vineyards where they grow grapes for wine and more nature, less buildings. I think that's where you'll meet the kindest people is in places that are more rural and suburbs instead of cities. People tend to be more direct and distant in cities, and in the country, they seem to be more approachable and welcoming. So I think the best impression of our country is probably through the very few places that still grow things and small towns. I think you'll find the best version of our country, but many people they want to see the busy cities. They want to go to New York or they want to go to Los Angeles or yeah. Mm, mm. Like when I visit China, I would like to go to the rice fields and see somebody's, simple life. But of course, more and more China has big, impressive cities. But I'm not impressed by technology and gigantic buildings. I like to see big trees and, you know, hardworking people. It's really cool. So
Hardworking people.
yeah, each person has their own idea of something. So it depends. Yeah. Now, what time is it there? It's late at night. You're at work?
No, I'm already get off from work. I'm now at
Oh.
home.
Oh, good, good,
It
good, good, good.
it's almost 10 p.m. here. It's
I
time to
know.
go to bed.
Yeah, it's time for us to close, but I'm really happy that I got you on stage.
Actually, the new job makes my eyes very tired because I need to see the data all day long. But anyway, it makes my eyes very tired. I cannot see the books very clearly recently. So that I'm just confusing. I need to quit the job.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the computer screen I need to see every take too much time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, give your eyes some rest. Get some rest
Yeah.
yourself. I might even take another nap this morning before I go out. I'm not sure, maybe. But thank you again for being here. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy it's the Thanksgiving Day today.
It is for us. Yeah.
Oh,
We'll see you next time.
okay. See you. Bye.
Okay. Bye,
Bye
Callie.
bye.
See you later.
Okay.
Well, guys,
See
we're
you.
out of time for today, and we've had a lot of people on stage, and a lot of you are raising your hands. And I'm sorry, I think I need to take another nap before I leave the room here. But just wanted to say thank you guys for joining us today. We had a very productive time. We had Candy with us for the first hour. We had wonderful people on stage. Thank you, Moneta. Yeah, it's only almost 6 a.m. here. So I'm going to check online to see if the coffee shop is indeed open today or not. And if it's not, I'll probably sleep another 2 hours and then get up and go see my mom. Yeah, that's the plan. Plus, it's colder. I want to wait for it to heat up another 5 degrees or 10 degrees outside. All right, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I did sleep. I did sleep. I slept about 6 hours, but I want some more. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I appreciate you. Remember, you guys can text me directly, and I'll talk with you that way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, take care of each other, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you for the gifts, whomever gave gifts, and for joining the fan club. I saw that you guys joining the fan club, and take care. Thanks again, Moneta, Moneta. Thank you.